If this video found you, there's a message here for you. There are no accidents and there are no coincidences. So if you're seeing this, you were meant to see this exactly the right time and date that you are. My ear is literally ringing right now. It feels like I'm on an airplane and I haven't popped my ears. That can avoid. Um, so like straight away, I'm getting a sense that you've probably been experiencing similar um, sort of like ascension symptoms, if you will. Whoa, there's a lot of ghosts. Just oh, okay. Yeah, so this is I mean, I'm recording this post-eclipse 2024 second half. So yeah, a couple of ascension sort of symptom feelings or like initiation feelings. Um, yeah, essentially that translates to maybe some discomfort, some unusual like feelings in your body, tingles. Um, I want to say tingles and shingles and yeah. So I mean, if you're feeling like tingling around your head, your third eye chakra, your heart space, your solar plexus, these are the like most obviously these are like energy centers, so these are the most like almost like giveaway signs. Yeah, I guess if you wanna call it that, huh? Well, you have the Emperor in reverse, the Moon card, and the Three of Cups, the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Wands. We also have the Five of Wands and the World card in reverse. Okay. Um, so with the Emperor in reverse and the Three of Cups, I'm getting a sense of like freedom and play and party and celebration and joy and almost a sense of being liberated, feeling liberated, having some reason to party. And it's almost like a structure that was limiting you um, is now shed. That's what I'm getting. Yeah, you've released this sort of like structure that was limiting you from being free and celebrating and enjoying the small wins. It's like saying, it's not about the destination, but it's more about the journey, and like that's something you have uh, probably been feeling, something you resonate with of late. With the Emperor in reverse, I'm also getting a significant like um, masculine energy, which has now been removed from your life. And this sort of like masculine energy was, again, doesn't have to be an expression of a masculine energy, has no gender, but I am getting a sort of like divine masculine energy, which was not so divine to be honest, because it was more just a masculine energy that was like limiting you, constraining you, or keeping you from this sort of like playful, fun, I can't say it, celebratory. So, okay, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. The idea and the energy of celebration. There was probably something that was limiting you, and that was probably a masculine um, energy, which was not a healed masculine energy. This was a wounded masculine energy that was sort of like keeping you from experiencing this sort of like joy and celebration and yeah, just celebrating, the different milestones, if you will. Yeah. Yeah, I get a sense of that was what was going on. Actually, let's maybe pull out another card. What is this about? Yeah, you have the Ten of Swords and the Justice card, both in reverse. So I see how this was some sort of like maybe some sort of like karmic connection that you're carrying into this lifetime, that you had been carrying into this lifetime, but it's now over. It's like done. This connection, this relationship, almost like had you killed, but I mean they tried, but they couldn't. Well, they can't be jumping. Huh? Yeah, they definitely tried, but they didn't, they couldn't, yeah. And so you're now at like a vibrational frequency where this cannot affect you, this cannot even come close to you, this cannot even touch you anymore. Like maybe you were afraid of this kind of energy earlier. Maybe this was like a parent, a father figure that's also coming through, but like not anymore, not anymore. Yeah. Also, right before, like, I sat down to not actually not right before. This was like a little earlier in the day. But yeah, before I started recording this message, I actually was channeling this image. Yeah, this image may mean something specifically to somebody. It's like a three-dimensional, four-dimensional diamond. You know, like the diamond emoji, like the blue emoji. I think both on Android and um, on iOS, it's like it looks very similar. Something like that. Something like the emoji. That's what I was sort of channeling. But also, like this is kind of like how I drew it. So whatever this means to you, I guess. So yeah, oddly specific to somebody, I think. But I've said it. uh, okay. You also have the Moon card. It came out with the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Wands, which is insane because this sort of tells me maybe again I feel like I'm channeling for a collective here again that may have their own spiritual business, however that resonates with you. Maybe you're someone who reads tarot, maybe you're someone who knows astrology, maybe you're someone who knows numerology, or maybe you're just like a light worker or a starseed, you know. Again, these are all labels, but like essentially they're like hinting at the same thing. Like even if you're not someone who is explicitly sharing their gifts with like the sense of divination tools, this is a card of like being connected to your intuition, and your psychic powers and your psychic abilities. The moon is a representation of that, and the moon is also a representation of the divine feminine, and the divine feminine energy. And again, these are just ideas and labels and words used to describe how we perceive the illusion of duality. So again, energy has no gender, but when we're talking about the divine feminine and divine masculine, we're talking about them as the two polar opposite energies, the idea of dual energies that we all contain within the self. So yeah, again with the moon card, you may be seeing dogs and coyotes. Also Scorpio. I am a Scorpio sun, so maybe that's significant to you. And as I recall this message, Venus is in Scorpio, um, which is insane, which means I, and I believe it means transformation, right? Like Scorpio is definitely like a sign of transformation, of birth and death and rebirth. So yeah, maybe a lot of like transformation within like your relationships. Um, your passions, your career. So I'm getting career, relationship, on a more 3D level, on a more like esoteric level. This is also like a change in the way that you connect with your intuition and with your logic, and it's also like that balance between the intuition and the logical sides of you, which is quite insane, quite amazing, quite cool. And it's also giving me a sense that you are a leader now. You are a leader, and you're truly stepping into this divine feminine energy when it comes to your career, your passions, your relationships, your way of your way of thinking also, like I feel like you may be someone who has experienced a lot of anxiety, depression, these kinds of like heavier, denser energies. These are just labels, these are just words like to describe um energy. Everything is energy, right? So it's almost like I see that you've sort of um made your peace with it. It's like, you're no longer identifying with anxiety. And I'm also getting that sense from these cards. It's like you're no longer identifying with what has hurt you, with what has tried to like bring you down, with what has tried to like literally kill you. Yeah, it's quite insane. It's quite insane. And with the moon card, also, I feel like there may be something you're seeking clarity on. It's like it's like things are like unraveling right now. I'm gonna pick up one more card to support this. Exactly, the Hierophant. The Hierophant, and it comes out with these cards, right? Like the Hierophant is also card number five. Five is a number of change. So I'm also seeing a lot of change that is going to bring you the clarity that you have been requesting. I feel like you've probably been asking for this clarity for a while now. I think like I'm getting a sense of maybe for the like last 6 months or so at least. Like you've been in this energy of not knowing for a while, and yet it's like you are victorious, like even without completely understanding what the fuck is going on, you've sort of like figured your way around it. And it's not just like that, the idea of like figuring your way around it. It's like you have literally emerged victorious, which is insane. Like you have won this situation. You've won this battle. It comes out with the five of wands and the world card in reverse. It's like um the five of wands is like a card of like war, fighting, um, like clashes. Could be like clashes between your passion and your logical like side of thinking. Like also maybe like your subconscious programming. You sort of yeah, this is coming through very strongly. The birds agree. I don't know if you hear them, but this is coming through very strongly. I feel like there has been some sort of subconscious reprogramming that you have been doing, or some kind of meditation, or just being able to adopt a different like perspective in general. And that has truly allowed you to see beyond your confirmation, your current circumstances, and truly has allowed you to sort of stop repeating that same cycle. That's what I think the world card here means. It's almost like I feel like your reality was sort of like looping. It was getting redundant, but it's like you've been able to, I want to say, take charge and take control, but it's ironic how you have taken charge and taken control. You have taken charge and taken control by giving up control, by surrendering to a higher power, to God, to universe, to source, to spirit, however you want to understand it. It's almost like, yeah, because you were able to surrender to a higher power, because you were able to trust fall on the universe, you truly have um, mastered this situation despite not having complete clarity on what exactly it is, which is insane. This is insane. This is crazy. Like you totally should be celebrating right now. You totally should be celebrating. This is the Three of Cups, I think, is a card that is inviting you to celebrate the milestones, inviting you to celebrate these wins. These may look like and feel like small wins to you right now, but that's because it's like you're playing this game on another level. You are on a different timeline. If you're watching me right now, you have jumped timelines again, because I keep jumping timelines every time I make a video. I'm jumping timelines. I know that for a fact. So if you're seeing me, and if this is the first time you're seeing me, congratulations. We're now on the same like vibrational frequency. And if like you've been seeing me for a while, crazy. We're going on this journey together. We're quantum leaping together. We're jumping timelines together. It's just insane. Look at this. Two of wands, as I say that. Two of wands is a card of adventure, um, of taking that leap of faith, of really like exploring and going for it. This journey of life, we are doing this journey together. I'm so grateful to be able to read for you today. And I hope this gave you some confirmation and clarity. You feel like you were looking for it. I'm going to be launching my Patreon soon for extended readings, exclusive readings, all of that stuff, like juicy stuff. I'll probably link it in the bio description. I'll link it in the description if you're interested. I think we're just gonna I'm just gonna close this out for you. I'm gonna close out this message. What is it that the viewer of this message needs to hear today? Okay. You have the Four Swords in reverse, along with the Nine of Wands and the King of Wands. It's showing me you're no longer afraid of truly like owning your passions. It's also showing me divine masculine healing, and linked to how we talked about the emperor at the start of this reading, and a wounded divine masculine, or just a wounded masculine presence in your life. uh, it's like you have healed your divine masculine. That is why they cannot um hurt you anymore, essentially. Yeah. And I think you're also with the Four of Swords in reverse. I think you're also like realizing the importance of the rest. And maybe this is like oddly specific to somebody, but this may help. One of my mantras is that the more I rest, the more I receive. So this is a card that also shows me healing of the divine feminine, of prioritizing rest and play and joy, and no longer being in this Nine of Wands energy, which is like sort of like anxious, scared, stuck energy, stagnant. Not even stuck. Yeah, stagnant. Yeah. So yeah, you're no longer within those kinds of energies. The nine is a number of completion. This is done. This is over. And yeah, you're truly divine. um, the Devil card also came out with the Nine of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Um, this sort of also gives me a vibe that you probably thought Nine of Cups is like extreme emotional fulfillment and contentment and satisfaction, joy. Yeah, it's the idea of having, if your cups could hold emotions, your cups are full, basically. And it's this idea of whatever you have been through, your experiences, your trauma, um, and related belief patterns that you developed because of experiences that you did not prefer or that were traumatic, that may have led you to believe that this sort of like fulfillment and completion within the self, again, another nine. Nine is again a number of completion, right? So this sense of completion and the sense of completion of the self um, was something you probably thought was not possible or was too good to be true. But you're now shifting into an energy, and you have already shifted into this energy where you believe you are worthy of this. And so you are going to see all unfold within your 3D physical reality as well.